everyone, my name is Vanny from iFull Glimpse, and as you can see here, I have two Pandora bracelets right here. I have two of the bracelets which have the heart clasps. So this is the original heart clasp. It's the more classic version of what I'm going to show you. And we can see that it has the Pandora logo, or I'm sorry, the Pandora wording on the one side, kind of like in a circle shape, and it has the little crown on the O up on top, and the back of it has the actual Pandora logo, the old school one where it's more like shorter and more like wide, and you know, not the new version of the O, with the also the more older type of crown with all that little detailing. And this one is my original one. I've had this one for quite a few years, maybe like 5 years or more. So it is pretty flexible. We can see here, but it's not the most flexible one in my collection just because it's not one that received daily use. So if I go ahead and open it, we're gonna see that here is where that little piece to open it is. So whenever you always have these, you want to insert where that is and go down wherever that little extra piece is. So I'm going to put this down because now I'm going to show you the newer one. So this is the 2020 release. This is the family tree one. So we can see, this is really interesting. It's open. We can see what's going on the inside of that clasp. It's got some really nice beading, some like dotted detail on the edge of the heart, and some CZs. So, you know, it's got a couple, you know, a lot of things going on. Then the back is smooth, and it says family with those little heart leaf looking things. So this one, when I actually open it, it's kind of like the opposite. So this one, it opens back here. The opening is on the family side, and as you can see like, you know, we can see through the open work. That's what I was mentioning, and the hallmarks are right in there. I'm gonna close up. They are in there. Do you see that? And actually, it doesn't even look that good. The ALE is kind of like scratched up, but I did get this directly through Pandora, and the hallmarks on the old school one are there, a lot more visible because the inside of this is smooth, because you know that's smooth. So there they are for that one. And here is what I mean now to what I was saying. This heart opens like this, and our bracelet is on the left hand side, our snake chain. Then this one opens up this way, and our snake chain is on the right hand side. So they're actually opposite from each other. So that's a really interesting comparison that, I mean, to me that's totally unexpected, because for the most part I felt like they always, for the most part, Pandora bracelets always had the opening on the bottom and the bracelet would go to the right. For example, here with this one, which was a 2020 new modern barrel, it's on the bottom and it goes to the right. The old school one, it's on the bottom and goes to the right. And let's see, I don't remember about this one, but this is also a 2020 release. Okay, on the bottom, and it goes, see bottom, and it goes to the right. So that's totally, totally unexpected. I'm not sure if I have anything on my collection that goes to the left, but I don't think so. I think this may be the first ever thing that is like this. So I always, when I design mine, I always put this on the bottom because I'm going to wear them on my wrist like this. So then I make my design go this way, and when I put them on, I have a habit of just putting this here and bringing this around and then putting it on the bracelet. But with this, I'll kind of have to like look at the clasp before I put it on, just to make sure I put it on the way I want, or I mean to, or the way I want to put it on. Do you know what I mean? But that's totally interesting. And then the hearts, the hearts, let's close these again. Actually, hold on, I want to show you one more thing. At one point, I had a heart clasp bangle, but I got rid of it. I returned it straight to Pandora because the way that these hearts are shaped, you know, they're wider on the top, more narrow on the bottom. So when I had this on, like, let's pretend this is a hard bangle. When I had this on a bangle and I would do that, when I would twist the heart, when the wide part, when it would go down, it was actually scratching up the end of my bangle. And since bangles are hard, they don't have movement, you know, there wasn't anything I could do. So it was like, you know, right in that spot right there was kind of like, we'll pretend it was like grinding up against the bangle. So I returned it because to me, I did not want to have something which over time was going to wear down in that type of way, because if something were to happen, I would think that that Pandora would not replace it for me. So I just didn't want to deal with it. But if we look at them like this, this one, you know, it has room. It definitely has nice movement, since we're kind of on that topic. This one too, it has nice movement, but it actually has more movement than this one. Do you see? Their opening, it's so hard to tell. Like over here, it's very narrow. It's very narrow. So if we look at it with this one, it's wider. The opening here is wider. It's so hard to tell. I'm closing up more. And then this side, this bottom opening is larger than this little insert opening right there. So, you know, there's another difference there. And then the actual hearts, when I look at them, I feel like the new heart, the bottom one, I feel like the bottom of the heart is not as round as this one. This one has more of a point at the bottom, I feel like. And then this one seems more rounder on the top. Oh, we can see some of the wear on this, on the top one. Then these, the little grooves, they seem to not be like, you know, as perfect round. They kind of seem to point right here before they start dipping down. And this one does seem more like a rounded heart. Like this, like the arches, they're more like, you know, more like arched evenly. Do you see? So I feel like the heart shapes, the actual outlines of the shapes, the silhouettes are different as well. Now let's look at it this way. The new heart, this is also a lot chunkier than this one is. Oh, and I just noticed something else. Do you see that little hallmarks right there? The S, right here, S925. I don't think I've noticed that before. I don't think I noticed the ALE. Is the ALE on the other side? That's interesting. Let's see if we see anything like that on the old school one. I don't think so. Yeah, no. So that's very interesting. Another hidden hallmark for this. And you know, it's really pretty, but I just think it's so surprising that they would do that. So this is, you know, a totally like, you know, redesigned heart versus what they used to be. Because like I mentioned, this came on a bangle, but this also came in rose gold. The heart also came in a sterling silver pave and a rose, Pandora rose pave, and they made it in a shine. I don't think that they made the heart in like the actual like gold, solid gold. I'm not sure. But the shine one, which is relatively, I'm sorry, I have the hiccups. But the Pandora shine one, which is relatively, you know, relatively modern still, is the same shape. Yeah, I think it's overall the same shape. The, like the letters, they don't seem to be as deep. At least the crown doesn't seem to be as deep as this one is. Or it could be the oxidization, which makes it look more deep on the one on the left. And the logo. Oh, I do see a hidden hallmark right there on this one. So I guess that might be a new thing where Pandora is hiding little hallmarks on the actual snake chain as well, which is great. They should do that. If something were to happen and this were to break off, at least you know this is sterling silver, you know. But yeah, this you know, this is the same shape as this. And I don't know if anyone has seen my comparison with the classic Pandora clasp and the daisy clasp video, but I also even compare the little end bits, and they were different. The 2020 release has a slimmer, what is this called? I knew the word. I learned the word recently. Coring? I'm not sure, but let's see who's on the bottom. Okay, the old school is on the bottom. The new one is on the top. But they seem to be the same length. So they are the same length. Like this little screw piece where you actually twist the items that have coring through. And then this, if I line these up over here with my nail, do you see that? Let's do that. This one is longer than this one. So the old school one seems to be longer than this one, but that makes no sense because, as we said before, when they're on the clasp, this one seems shorter than this one. But I mean, a more clear difference is the fact that the top one has more like detailed scoring, screws, I don't know, but like the little grooves are more defined on the one on the left, the newer one. So actually, let me take a peek with the shine. So we've got shine on the bottom. Yeah, this is even more defined than the Pandora shine, okay? See that? This one's more defined than this one is. So that's interesting. You know, because we're just doing a comparison video, so we might as well see if we can find any more differences. These little pieces where the clips go on, they seem to be the same width, which makes sense since it has to be able to fit any Pandora clip that was previously launched. Yeah, okay, and then now let's compare these. They look about the same size. And I do think this one, the newer one, is more defined here as well. So yeah, there are quite a few differences with these new, with the old versus new Pandora Heart Clasp. But the most surprising to me is that the fact that this is like opposite. It goes to the left where they typically always went to the right. So yeah, I do think this little clasp, I do think this clasp is so beautiful. I love it. It's really different. Like I like that it has the open work, like that it's, you know, open. I like the CZs with the dotting. I like that little bit of oxidization because this will oxidize better over time with the CZ, that touch of sparkle. I think this is really cute. Actually engraving the back with something that's not just a logo and those little leaves. Like this one, when I wear this, once I fill this up with my charms, this will truly look like a charm. You won't be able to, you know, you won't be able to tell that, oh, it's just the clasp. It will really fit in with the rest of the bracelet, especially if you've got hearts on there, something with the theme. It will really fit in with the rest of the charms that it's going to live with. So yeah, definitely recommend this one. It's so pretty. I have not played around with it, so I will see how having, you know, this go the opposite way plays into the design. I would think it doesn't really affect because once it's actually closed and on your bracelet, it doesn't make a difference, to be honest. Like they're all, you know, they all end and meet at the same, you know, place when you're looking at it design wise. You know, it's a circle, so it doesn't matter, you know, so much there, but it'll be definitely interesting to see if it has some other sort of an impact when I'm designing. And if you do find any of these, I do recommend it. It's still such a cute little charm. It's like, you know, just a cutie, nice, simple and sweet, you know, design to it, having the little heart. Definitely a nice option to have from Pandora. And if you can find any of the other hearts, definitely look into those because you know, if they're going to be making more hearts, different things, you know, these other hearts might eventually be retired. So if you like the shine piece, the rose ones, the pave ones, I think definitely now's the time to get them, because they might not last too long, just because of the way Pandora seems to be going these days, retiring things a lot quicker than they used to. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little comparison video. I hope you found it useful, and I hope this helps you in case you're considering on buying the new Heart Clasp. But thank you for watching, and until the next one, bye-bye.